Former President Donald Trump holding a press conference today there at Rancho Palos Verdes, overlooking one of his golf courses there in California. About an hour and a half, I think he's been talking now on all types of issues. I want to bring in senior reporter Catherine Faulders. I'm going to let you decide where you want to fact check so we can move on, Catherine.
Well, thanks. No, I think the big thing here I hear is he's been talking a lot about those FBI statistics that were cited in the debate. He says those aren't true; those are fake statistics. The crime statistics, if you will, that is just not accurate. He's been bringing that up a lot as it relates to immigration, if you will. We've been talking a lot about that. He wants to continue his discussion about immigration. He was asked by Terry Moran, our own Terry Moran, I believe, about Springfield, Ohio, and obviously the claims that are being made there about immigrants and the eating of pets. And he essentially pivoted there and didn't really address that, didn't address the fact that the schools have been shut down, and then went on again to talk about immigration, citing numbers that you hear him cite at a lot of different events. He was asked about, Kira, what we've been talking a lot about today, Laura Loomer, the far-right conspiracy theorist who has pushed conspiracies about 9/11, about who said racist things about Kamala Harris, conspiracy theories relating to Harris. He was asked specifically about that. He said, and I'm just going to read what I wrote down that he said. He said, Laura's been a supporter of mine. She speaks very positively of the campaign. He kept saying he doesn't control her, and then going back to the fact that she's a supporter. Another reporter pressed him on that, specifically on the comments she has made about 9/11 and about Harris, and he said, oh, well, I don't know about those. I'll have to see those. I'll put out a statement later today. But as you can see, he's still there taking questions, Kira.
All right. Appreciate it, Catherine. Thanks so much. And something Catherine did mention and that we've been talking a lot about, and that's Trump's campaign rhetoric targeting Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio. He continues to say things. It's remaining in the headlines, and we see it even more important to add more context to the conversation, because Trump and vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance have both made unsubstantiated claims that Haitian immigrants are eating people's pets. The city's mayor says he now believes that that rhetoric has contributed to an impact on the Haitian community, with bomb threats leading to school closures there in Springfield now. Both the mayor and local police have said that these claims are false, but now the claims just continued to be made today, even amid all these threats. Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, who represents Ohio in the Senate, posted about what he said was a rise in diseases, crime, and rent in Springfield because of immigrants. President Biden weighing in just a little while ago as well from the White House. Here's what he said.
So many Americans like Karine, as he pointed out, a proud Haitian American community that's under attack in our country right now. Simply wrong. There's no place in America. This has to stop what he's doing. It has to stop.
Join me now, Florida Congresswoman Sheila Scherfullis-McCormick. Congressman, I'm so glad that you stayed with us. I know the former president was talking for a while, but we just really felt it was so important that you stay with us and address just a headline that's been hurting a lot of people, creating a lot of controversy, and now this town of Springfield, Ohio, is feeling even more of an impact with bomb threats and school closures. So let me just start out with you were listening as well to the former president reiterating those claims. Our Terry Moran pressing him on it. He didn't get into it any further, just saying the real threat is happening at the border. So I guess my first question to you is, are you worried that this rhetoric will lead to violence?
Absolutely. This rhetoric is not only will lead, it is leading to violence, especially with this narrative that's going on. This fictitious story of somehow Haitian people are coming into the country illegally and capturing animals and eating it and doing all kinds of crazy practices. But I think what's the most harmful is how he keeps trying to stoke fear and saying everybody's scared, you should be scared because they're coming for your animals. We already know that this is totally false. But what makes it worse is that he's a divisive person who's really trying to lean into into a dark time in our country and trying to make us feel like we can't trust our neighbors. We can't trust the migrants who are coming in, that they somehow are coming here to hurt us. But the truth is that Haitian people are very hard-working people. The people who we have in Ohio are actually people who came from Haiti through a legal pathway, and they actually have working papers. And they came from Haiti not just to flee the country because of the political instability, but they came to the United States, in fact, to enter into a mutually beneficial relationship in which they can come here, work to help the country, working in different fields and industries such as factories, healthcare, and also to get an education so they can help build this great country and give back to the country that allowed them to come in while they were fleeing persecution. And that's what Haitian people do when they come to the United States. For too long, we had racists and we had bigots come into this country and talk to people and say that Haitian people are here to hurt the country. But the truth is, as a Haitian American and the only Haitian American in Congress, I can tell you that's far from the truth. We've never eaten cats. I've never gone to a Haitian restaurant and saw cats on the menu or any kinds of animal. That is completely false. We have to put an end to this narrative, these scare tactics, and talk about who we really are as Haitian Americans and what we come to this country to do. And that is to help serve and help protect this country and build up this country.
So well put, Congresswoman. Thank you. And I wanted to point out that you did grow up a child of Haitian migrants, or immigrants rather, and this rhetoric and these stereotypes. Why do you think these claims are getting so much traction, and where do you think it comes from? You know, the essence of these claims. Where do you think it's being pulled from?
Well, these are old historical stereotypes that they had that were really built at a time to dehumanize Haitian people when Haitian people actually were coming into the United States. We saw a time where they said Haitian people eat dogs, they eat cats. They were trying to fearmonger people against Haitian people entering. So these are some of the same racist epitomes that they had before where they try to dehumanize. But we've seen this before. Even before when they talked about black people in the past, they had dehumanizing tactics. When they talked about Jewish people, dehumanizing tactics. So we can no longer see Haitian people or migrants for who they really are. They actually are like us. If something was to happen in the United States and we need to live a better life, we would hope that another country would allow us to come in for that medium, for that time. And so we need to start looking at our brothers and sisters who are coming into this country. And I have to say this, these are legal people. They have stayed at home, they applied, they came here through legal mechanisms, they actually have an education, they're coming into the United States. Some of them are actually doctors who are waiting for them to pass their boards to practice here, and they're actually working at a factory as they're waiting. Some of them are actually coming and they have other professions. And we just need to be realistic about who we're talking about. But he keeps on talking about these aliens who are coming, so we won't see them as human beings. Today, I think he went even farther and he said that they're releasing them out of jail. Venezuela is releasing them out of jail. This is 100% false. The Venezuelans who are coming into the country are coming with papers. They actually have a legal pathway. We have so many of them in Florida, and it's offensive, but not is it only offensive, it's disturbing and disgusting. Because what he did today now is that he made it very, very unsafe for Venezuelans as well as Haitians and other people who are in this country. And when you walk through this country and you meet people who've never met a Haitian American or a Venezuelan, they actually believe what he's saying. And that's what's dangerous. When you have people who are intentionally lying, who are intentionally misleading people to believe this so they can divide the country. But what I'm happy is that I know this country we live in, and we're no longer the people we used to be. We're working towards a better nation. We are the best country in this whole wide world. And as Americans who uphold integrity and actually equality, I know that this is not going to separate our country. So as much as he's trying to divide our country, as much as he's trying to go down to the bottomless pit of hatred and trying to get us to fight and say, you know what, we're going to believe Trump, I know we're going to rise to this moment and actually do the right thing. And that's voting for the actual right candidate who's unifying us and giving us hope. And if we're going to deal with the border situation, we have to deal with the root causes. The disturbances in these countries, that's what we have to deal with. How do we make these countries more stable? And the Biden administration has done that. I've been fighting since I've gotten into Congress these last 3 years to ensure that we're addressing the root causes, stabilizing these countries. Because the truth is, no one wants to leave their home to come to the United States. They want to live in their homes. They want to grow their children. When they come into this country, they come here without a photo album, with no history, with not even the language. And they're forced to learn the language within days. They're forced to learn how to survive here in the culture and to be the best they can be. And believe you me, every immigrant who is in the United States know that they have to prove themselves worthy and as a contributor to the United States. And that's what we seek to do. No one's here to steal, and we do not steal. No one's here to commit crimes, and we do not commit crimes. So this rhetoric needs to stop immediately, because we as a nation are better than this.
Congresswoman, that's exactly where I wanted to go next, because I know that you spoke today with the acting prime minister of Haiti. So what did you talk about with regard to Haiti's government working to make their country safer? It's been, taken over by corruption and violent gangs. So Haitians that love their country feel like they have to leave. And so they come here in large numbers seeking a better life. And then that leads to a large amount of Haitians in a community, and everybody's trying to get housing and jobs and health care. And it creates this cultural and economic tension, right? That's a whole nother issue that we could talk about. And I think that's where a lot of this dangerous rhetoric comes from, right? And why we see this a part of the political speeches. But, going back to the essence of the problem, which you just pointed out, what is the acting prime minister doing right now, and how are you involved in that discussion to make that country a better place so the people that love Haiti want to stay in the country that they love?
Well, he's really focusing on security and how he could make Port-au-Prince safer for everyone. The gangs now are trying to spread and trying to enlarge, but because we have a mission in, they're really dealing with that gang issue and the safety of the Haitian people. Simultaneously, he's looking at ways that Haitian Americans who are interested in making Haiti safer and a good place to invest and kind of help the country to evolve. We all know that a country needs to have stability, but it also has to have economic investments. And the diaspora has been looking for ways to invest in Haiti, how to help Haiti. There are trillions of dollars that come from Haitian Americans who are in the United States into Haiti, trying to help Haiti thrive. So he's looking at those mechanisms also, but then we're also looking at the political stability. With the transition government and him as the prime minister, we are planning to have an election in Haiti, and he's looking on putting together that force, that task force, to make sure they're free and clear and actually stable and credible elections in Haiti. So there's three pieces that he's working on, and we're working here also in the United States to make sure that he has what he needs to rebuild the country. But it's not just Haiti that we're looking at also. We're looking at other countries that we see a large influx of migrants who are coming in. How do we stabilize those countries? How do we make them feel comfortable staying at home? And that's really the hard work. The easy work is to get up and start spewing rhetoric that isn't true, to lie, and comes from a place of the old time, right? It comes from a place where you had these old time racists who were afraid of everyone. Anybody who wasn't like them, who wasn't in that clique, they were afraid of them. But now, looking at where we are in 2024, now I feel like most people have met Haitian people. They have met migrants. J.D. Vance is even married into a migrant family, a family of people who came from India to have a new life. So I think his comments are even more disgusting, because how do you go home to your family and look at your mother-in-law, look at your wife and your children, understanding their plight coming into the United States? There were negative things that were said about Indians at one time also, and then come out and say these words that you know are false. This is the problem that we have. We have a group of people who are trying to really lean in to the old United States and not move forward to a place of freedom for all, living up to the standard that we have set. The international community actually looks towards us for stability, for actually a standard where you have honesty, integrity, where we can live together, work together, and turn from our harmful past to a new trajectory where we're all even. So the comments that he's making about the international community loving him or liking him, completely false. If anything, they're looking at him and wondering, how can Americans even consider having such a divisive person there? And if you even look at the people or the leaders, the international leaders who he always referenced, they're always going to be authoritarian. They're always going to be dictators. There's an obsession he has with people who like to deny everybody's freedoms and rights and have them playing into him, playing into his ego. When he's talking and he says that he wants to be a dictator for a day, I don't don't think that we actually understand what that means and really understand his mindset. When he's talking about his crowd size, when he's talking about himself continuously, when he's talking about the FBI and himself and what they're doing to him, this is what dictators like to do. They take a country and they build it all around them, meeting their egos, meeting their needs, whatever it is to protect them in those spaces, even though it harms the rest of the world. And that's why this moment is crucial, and it's very serious. He's telling us who he is. He's showing us who he is. He's not afraid to lie to prove a point. He's not afraid to lie to get people to be scared so they can vote for him. So we must take this moment very serious. And I've seen dictators, I've seen authoritarian leaders, and he is definitely one. This is not democracy that he's talking about. This is about Donald Trump, and this is about making the United States a United States for Donald Trump and not for all men and women.
Florida Congresswoman Sheila Scherflis McCormick, sure appreciate your time. Thank you.